Well, hey everybody, my name's Daniel and welcome to another video on Uscreen where we help you monetize your videos online. Today we're doing something a little bit different in light of everything going on in the world and the way businesses have been impacted in the last month. I thought it would be a great time and idea to have a chat with someone who has been through uncertainty and crisis before as the leader of a business. With that in mind, joining us today is the founder and CEO of Uscreen, Taei. PJ, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and have this conversation. I know you've got a lot going on right now.
Absolutely, Daniel. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I appreciate you coming up with the idea to do this interview. I think we have a lot to share, so I'm excited.
Of course. Well, we'll go ahead and just jump right in. You know, there are a lot of industries right now that have been hit really hard by this pandemic. Airlines, restaurants, retail, all of those have just been hit so hard. And then others have seen a lot of growth, especially industries like the one we're in, online video. So as the founder and CEO of a video monetization platform, what are your kind of general feelings about this pandemic?
Yeah, awesome. Good question. First of all, it's something we've never seen. It's scary, right? There's a lot of uncertainty, and myself and many other people, probably the whole world, has a lot of anxiety. But I truly feel that we're definitely going to persevere and get through it. I think there's a time of uncertainty, and obviously, when we're in it, there's a sense of panic. But I do absolutely believe that humans were smart. We're going to persevere and we're going to get through it. It is a virus that we're going to overcome. And of course, with that comes a lot of difficult times, like you're talking about, everybody filing for, not everybody, but a good amount of people filing for unemployment, losing their jobs. Definitely, restaurants are closed. You can't even get coffee. It's scary, right? So absolutely being in it is going to be something we're going to talk to our kids about and saying, we went through a pandemic of this size where the whole world is shutting down. So, but I absolutely believe we're going to get through that. And I think there's also a lot of positive news, especially with a lot of our customers and our platform and a lot of these monetization platforms for online video that are helping a lot of people launch successful businesses online. So what this pandemic is doing is it's creating a massive amount of unemployment and anxiety and all these different negative things that are coming with it, which is massive, but it's also creating opportunity for a lot of different businesses and a lot of software that are able to stream videos online, you know, or do anything digital online, because the world is still moving forward. So in some ways, thank goodness to the internet for enabling us to be able to do business in this fashion.
Yeah. Well, and the good news is that you can get up and running as fast as you can do the work.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
What are the most common mistakes or misconceptions that you see when people come and want to have, you know, an initial conversation about using Uscreen?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be if, for example, if they're looking, a lot of people use Zoom, just like we're using Zoom now.
Yep.
And I think Zoom is a band-aid option for in-house workouts, right? People know what it is. They're like, okay, I want you to see me and I want to see you. So Zoom's available, it's cheap, so they want to get that set up. But we're seeing a lot of people outgrow that extremely fast, even the individual to individual trainers, the smallest groups. Obviously, we're able to help many people go one to many with live stream, which is the most common. So a lot of people think that Zoom directly integrates, which you can use Zoom as the camera to do the capture, and everyone is watching that Zoom video. So you can still do that as well, and then get it to all the apps and the websites and put it behind the paywall, because Zoom's not a paywall. Ultimately,
Right.
Uscreen's a paywall. So I think one of the most common would be, how does it work? How do I set up the Zoom to connect to it? How do I set up my camera? How do I do my iPhone? So it's more, okay, I got to kind of figure out how to do that. Luckily, Matt on our team has put a lot of good tutorials together, so they come in
Yep.
really handy. So it's more of an educational perspective on, this is the model that we've created with the catalog. You upload your video, you add your thumbnail, you set a price, you connect your live stream, right? If you need to, and then you tell your users to come and purchase. And when they look at that and they look at the examples on our site from all these verticals, under our examples tab, it makes sense. So they're like, oh, this, can I do this with my content? And usually they click the, it makes sense pretty quickly.
Right. So then what are some of the main objections that you hear from people as to, they've talked to you, they've had this initial conversation, but then, they've probably got some objections along the sales process, right? So what are the most common ones that come up with why people choose not to ultimately, make the leap into having a platform where they can charge money for their videos?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably will be no one's willing to pay for my videos. That's
Mm,
probably a big, there's a lot of YouTube free content. Why would someone pay us for these videos? We
yeah.
get some really big gyms in our pipeline now, and studios and influencers. I think a lot of the online influencers already know, and it's matured, that I can make money with what I have as a video and as a skill. But a lot of the people that have never streamed videos, for example, a physical gym, right? The actual gym that you go to, that now are not making any money, are looking to deliver content to their users in a good experience. They have a misconception of, okay, are people willing to pay that? That's not everybody. That's about 30-40% of them. The other 50-60-70% have seen their competitors do it and absolutely know people are willing to pay for their videos. I mean, if you look at Uscreen, we have what, about 1,000 fitness customers and 30% growth across the board
Right.
spread between these 1,000 fitness customers. Same with e-learning, same with entertainment, wrestling, movies. So people are absolutely willing to pay for content.
If you had one piece of advice for somebody just starting out with monetizing their videos, what would it be?
I think as long as your video doesn't have to be, so I would say one piece of advice would be, don't think you need to make your video super production grade. Like if you go to YouTube right now and you just search, teaching whatever or a hit workout, you're going to see really, really good content. That's because Google took tens of thousands of videos and showed you the top best viewership ones. So
Right.
don't compare to those. Most of our customers are doing average phone capture videos or with a computer, a standalone camera, whatever that may be. As long as it's good quality content, the sound is solid, there's not too much shaking, and you have some type of value in your content, that's good enough. It doesn't need to be HD and all these different lights and production grade and all
Yep.
that stuff. Keep it simple.
How do you think that this event and this shift that businesses are having to make from physical to digital what will the long-term effects be for people, in the health and fitness industry? So for businesses that shift into making digital content, when this is all over and winds down and things are back to what we used to think of as normal, how what are fitness businesses going to look like?
Absolutely. Good question. I absolutely know that there's going to be a hybrid approach at a minimum for
Yeah.
any type of physical fitness, gym, studio, health club, whatever that means. You gotta have video complementing your members coming into the gym for many reasons. One, video, that member video that you offer them through a beautiful experience, engages the users and retains them, right? They're not coming to the gym, they at least see the app, they watch some of your content, you have nutritional guides. When they come into the gym, you have small, short videos, which is starting to be very common that I see on our platform for in-gym workouts with teaching you how to use specific equipment and so forth, different types of in-house workouts and so forth. So it's absolutely going to be a hybrid approach for some of the current customers that we have. Burn Boot Camp, for example, just joined us. They're going to do all three of the things that I just told you about, as well as a members only content, a subscription channel.
Mm,
Of course, it comes with a good content strategy that you want to offer, but basically those members going into the physical studio are now able to have you're now able to have a global reach to your members that can subscribe and gain um, access to your expertise and content, right? And that's the hybrid approach. And then we're going to have a massive influx, just like we are, of people that are literally doing digital subscriptions and memberships and courses of physical content. that also goes with your e-learning, all types of e-learning, medical training, dental training, English training, magic training, you name it. A lot of faith-based content.
That's great. Cool. Well, is there anything else you would like to say or share with people who are on the other side of this? You know, people that are out on the outside of video monetization looking in. Anything else you would say to those people?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of opportunity and it's completely opened up a lot of doors. We're going to get through the pandemic. We're going to move forward. Absolutely. I know we will. We got to be positive. And then there's a lot of opportunity for distribution of content to educate, to teach, and people are willing to pay for content. That's what I would say. If you have a skill, you have something to share, people are willing to pay for it. Video is growing so fast that there's going to be tons and tons more of free videos on YouTube, no doubt. But for the sake of convenience, community, getting what you want fast, there's no doubt, and being loyal to that person, right? That community aspect, people are willing to pay for videos. So make no doubt about that.
That's great. Well, PJ, thank you so much for doing this today. I really appreciate your time. I know you've got plenty to be doing, and thank you. It means a lot to
Awesome.
us.
Absolutely. That was my pleasure. Thanks, Daniel, for a great interview.
Of course. Of course. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, I'd highly recommend you go ahead and do that right now for more content that will help you make money online. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.